Now at 5, the ongoing government shutdown is forcing families to turn to local food banks for assistance. Plus, young musicians get inspiration and feedback from educators at the 15th Annual Midwest Trumpet Festival. And
the standoff on Capitol Hill continues on day 6 of the government shutdown. I'm Erica Brown with more on the federal funding battle and new polling on who Americans blame.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Local organizations feel the strain as the government shutdown pushes for more families to seek help. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Anthony Saviello. As the government shutdown continues, organizations like Souls Harbor are feeling the impact. They're seeing more families come through the doors each week as public assistance programs tighten.
For the last few months, they've already been cutting back on the food stamps, and so now we have the WIC program as well. And so we've been adding 20 to 50 new families every single week. And this has gone on for 3 months now. So yeah, the load here is getting extremely heavy.
The organization says the shelves will keep getting restocked thanks to community donations, and they're asking anyone who can lend a hand to do so. Democrats and Republicans continue to blame each other as the government shutdown stretches into week 2. Erica Brown has the latest from the Capitol, where there's no sign of movement from either side.
The Senate reconvened Monday afternoon to vote once again on Republican and Democratic measures to reopen the government, but both proposals have failed to advance multiple times.
If the Democrats do not vote to open the government tonight, federal workers will not receive their next full paycheck.
Democrats are holding out for extending Affordable Care Act tax credits expiring this year and rollbacks to Medicaid cuts. But Republicans insist the shutdown needs to end first by passing a short-term spending bill.
The only reason the government is shut down is because Democrats refuse to accept a clean, nonpartisan funding extension.
Senate Democrats returned to Washington ready to negotiate. We're ready to work with Republicans to reopen the government.
Speaker Mike Johnson canceled plans for the House to return to Washington this week in an effort to put pressure on the Senate to pass a spending bill. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers remain furloughed during the shutdown, with some essential employees like military personnel and air traffic controllers working without pay. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned air service to some communities could be impacted.
That money runs out this Sunday. So there's many small communities across the country that will now no longer have the resources to make sure they have air service in their community.
A new CBS News poll shows 39% of Americans blame President Trump and congressional Republicans for the shutdown. 30% blame Democrats and 31% blame both equally. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Experts say a food aid program that helps low-income mothers and young children will run out of federal money within 2 weeks if the government shutdown does not end. Let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at weather.
Yeah, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good Monday for us today. Right back into the 80s for highs. It's been very warm over the past couple days, but we actually have a cold front that's going to pass through later on this evening, or shall I say a cooler front, as it's not going to bring in cold air, but cooler 70s for highs as we go through the next couple days. Few showers tomorrow morning. We have additional rain chances moving in on Friday as well. In fact, we're tracking some showers out there across southeastern Kansas at this point in time, kind of in our far northwestern counties. But a few of these guys may try to get into Iola, Yates Center, Chanute, Fredonia as we get into this evening. Most of you will stay dry, but we'll talk about those rain chances for Tuesday here in just a bit.
Doug, thanks. Well, families shared emotional farewells as the soldiers from the Arkansas National Guard boarded buses and helicopters for departure. More than 220 Arkansas National Guard soldiers said goodbye to their families today as they prepared for deployment at Camp Robinson. The troops are heading to Fort Hood for training before moving to the southern border to support customs and border protection. The Arkansas soldiers will join a task force of more than 340 troops from across the country, from Oklahoma to Puerto Rico, all united for one mission. The soldiers will provide air support for ground units and Border Patrol agents from helicopters. Still ahead, can you succeed in business without makeup? One local executive proves natural beauty works.
The no makeup movement is having a moment. I'm Gwen Baumgardner with how this less is more approach can work for the office too.
And next in Health Watch, that myth about dogs having cleaner mouths than humans, a veterinarian calls it complete nonsense.
Two icons, one incredible show.
Joplin, America.
Not anymore. Topping today's Health Watch, most of us consider our pets to be part of our families. Nearly half of all homes have a dog and about 1/3 have a cat. That can mean a lot of cuddles and kisses, but is the old saying true? Is a pet's mouth cleaner than our own? Susan Elizabeth Littlefield finds out if there is ick in the licks.
On a path full of pups, Willie makes his own way.
He's a cat who was born to be outside. I'd like to just kiss him on the head like that.
And when it comes to pets and their people, kisses universally abound. Does she ever lick your face?
She tries to. She licks my wife's face.
Do you let him lick your face? What's your...
I mean, I can't say no. I've heard that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth.
What do you think?
It's probably true on certain occasions.
I've heard it, yeah.
What do you think?
I don't believe it.
This is the beginning of the periodontal disease.
Dr. Vivian Pignoni performs oral surgery on pets, so she knows the rumor. Dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans' mouths. Is that true?
This is a myth.
She says dogs, cats, and their humans all have mouths full of bacteria. It's just pets and humans have different kinds.
We have some bacteria that they can transmit to humans, like salmonella from the food, and also Pasteurella.
And rabies. They can transfer to humans through saliva and, of course, bites. Oh, it's so fun to have your dog or your cat kiss you.
If they have a good home care and don't have periodontal disease and maintain the vaccines and all preventatives, then it'd be safe to do it.
She suggests brushing your pet's teeth daily and getting a yearly professional cleaning. So if we get that dental care in check, you can let them kiss you.
Yes.
Okay. Because affection and ignorance can be bliss. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, CBS News.
Experts say if you're already sick, pregnant, or have a weakened immune system, you could be more susceptible to catching a disease from your pet. Speaking of disease, whooping cough, also known as pertussis, can be fatal for infants. A Children's Hospital of Chicago study found most children under 2 months of age who catch the disease end up hospitalized. Doctors say vaccination of mothers during pregnancy is critical because it protects infants from developing serious complications. Whooping cough is currently on the rise in the U.S. And more Americans are dying from accidental drug-related injuries. A Duke University study found the rate of accidental overdose deaths has risen 60% in the last 5 years, with the biggest increase among middle-aged adults. Men are also most at risk, with their rate of death doubling that of women. The study's authors say we need to focus more on treating overdoses both inside and outside the home. People with depression have a more difficult recovery from surgery. An Ohio State University study found that post-surgery patients with depression didn't recover as well as patients without depression. However, people who took antidepressants to treat depression fared better. The study also found people with depression end up paying more money for post-surgical care. More people are choosing water cremation as an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional burial or fire cremation. The process, called alkaline hydrolysis, uses water and potassium to break down the body, similar to natural decomposition in the ground. Funeral directors say the process costs about the same as traditional cremation, but offers significant environmental benefits. The water used in the process is completely recyclable, and any prosthetics like hip replacements, knee replacements, or pacemakers can also be recycled. Currently, 28 states have legalized the water cremation process, with more states considering legalization to allow the practice. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, the no makeup movement hits the workplace as professional women ditch cosmetics for a more natural look.
And we have little rain chances in the forecast, but also turning cooler. We're going to discuss it coming up.
Indigo Sky Casino is treating all October
golf tourney at Pittsburgh150.com.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. Still warm, right back into the mid-80s for afternoon highs once again. But we do have a cold front, and this is going to start to roll in later on this evening. We haven't seen a cold front in a while, so it's going to be nice to get one in here and cool us down just a bit. With the front, we are seeing some light showers. It just doesn't have a lot of moisture, so we're not going to get widespread rain. But some of you may get a few showers. Better shot is going to be on the Kansas side. And you can see some moderate, couple rumbles of thunder once you get into our far northwestern counties. So here's Iola, Chanute, Fredonia. So we're talking northwest of that. So this really extends from Wichita all the way back toward Winfield and then all the way up toward Kansas City. And a couple of those guys may skirt into southeastern Kansas as we go through the next few hours. Most of you are going to stay dry. Then these fall apart, and then it's quiet throughout the night. Notice the wind barbs. They're out of the north, so we're looking at 6 a.m. We have additional showers kind of popping up the exact same spot they are right now. These are going to try to work in tomorrow morning, but at the same time, they kind of die out. But I think we'll get some scattered showers in here, especially along the north of I-44. So here's 9:30 in the morning. Let me take you to the noon hour. Look at the temps. I mean, we're upper 60s to near 70. We've been kind of 84 to 90 over the past week. I think with a little bit of sunshine, we'll get into the 70s late in the day. Here's 4:30 p.m. Let me take you into Tuesday night. This is going to be nice. Look at our overnight lows. 50, 52, 53, 55. Very comfortable to kick off your Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a great day. Light easterly wind. Look at our temps. We're sitting into the mid-70s by Wednesday afternoon. All right, we know the rain's not going to be widespread, but there are going to be scattered showers out there. The best chance to get some of that, again, is southeastern Kansas along the north of I-44. Day planner on your Tuesday, 63 to start. Some scattered showers, 70 by noon. We'll go with a high temp right around 73 degrees. Looks great right now, a great shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex looking northeast right through downtown. You can see some puffy little cumulus clouds. If you're getting out this evening, we go 80s, 70s, 60s. So a very comfortable evening, but it's warm. Look at this, 86 in Pittsburgh, 88 at Grand Lake, 82 in Carthage. Nowata is sitting at 86 degrees. And if we look down the road, so this system is passing by. The reason we're warm is this ridging here, ridge of high pressure, very similar to what we see in the summer months where you get that heat dome. We're getting the October version. Have another little wave rotate in on Friday, and then we have a bigger system, a couple systems trying to roll in as we get into early next week. So if we look late Thursday near 80, couple showers trying to get in here on Friday, but besides that, we look pretty calm as we go through the rest of the week. 73 on your Tuesday, 78 on a Wednesday, 80 on Thursday. Few showers rolling in Friday, but man, it's going to be nice to get 70s in here instead of mid to upper 80s to near 90 like we have been.
I was telling Lindsay on the weekend, it's, when it comes to Halloween, you're expecting to be a little chilly in your Halloween costume. It doesn't look like that right now.
We got a few weeks to go.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Doug. The Midwest Trumpet Festival celebrates its 15th year at Pitt State with students showcasing their musical talents. The Midwest Trumpet Festival returned to Pitt State University for its 15th year. The past 2 days, students and educators from middle schools, high schools, and colleges gathered to showcase their trumpet playing skills and give each other feedback. The educators hope that the younger students leave inspired to continue their musical pursuits.
Project that one of my students inspired me to create and turned into kind of a 2-day series of workshops and performances and all sorts of master classes ranging from careers in music to jazz improvisation to orchestral playing.
The festival's featured guest was William Leathers, who is the principal trumpet for the Nashville Symphony Orchestra in Tennessee. Throughout the day, he heard several Pitt State students perform and gave them tips for improvement. Coming up, tired of your morning makeup routine? Find out why going bareface is the new power move.
Ben Franklin used to say, a penny filter and put the best to work for you.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, the no makeup movement is having a moment. Gwen Baumgardner has more about what this new trend entails.
Gentle circular motion.
Deborah Borg is putting her best face forward, makeup free. The human resources executive gave up cosmetics 4 years ago and is now getting a lesson in polishing her look.
It looks more professional, actually, more polished than what I would normally do. Because I normally wear just a matte chapstick or a lip balm, but I quite like that.
Actress Pamela Anderson has become the most recent celebrity face of the no makeup movement, and singer Alicia Keys before her. Anderson has described the choice as freedom and a relief. But can it work for professional women in the workplace?
I do still think that there are some politics associated with it. More around just feeling and looking polished, I think, more than anything else.
With a no makeup look, there's no rules.
Makeup artist Rebecca Robles says bare beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, and it all starts with a 5-step skincare process.
You'll want to leave your skin a little bit damp. That's going to help properly absorb the rest of your products.
And those products are flying off the shelves. The skincare products market in the U.S. was valued at nearly $23 billion in 2023, according to Grandview Research, and it's expected to grow 4.2% annually through 2030 as more people prioritize clean, clear skin and a youthful glow.
It's a vitamin C serum.
Robles says after proper moisturization and sun protection, the rest is really up to you.
I always encourage people to experiment and play, and if they have a product like Deb does with her bold red lip, if they have a product that they love, they should feel the freedom to incorporate that into their no makeup look.
The freedom to do less is putting a smile on fresh faces. Gwen Baumgardner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, Apple has removed several tracking apps that alert users about immigration and customs enforcement sightings in their area. The decision came after a request from the Department of Justice. In a statement, Apple said it took down the apps, including one called Ice Block, after communication with law enforcement saying they violated App Store guidelines. The Trump administration has argued the apps pose a threat to ICE agents, a claim the app's creator describes as patently false. Cracker Barrel has cut ties with the San Francisco design firm behind its failed logo change. The company hired Profit just 7 months ago to refresh its brand, removing the iconic man in overalls and barrel from its logo. After strong online backlash, including from President Donald Trump, Cracker Barrel quickly reverted to its original design. The firm was also behind plans to modernize restaurants with white walls and new decor, a project now scrapped after trial runs at 4 different locations. Springdale gets its beloved chicken house back in spring of 2026 with big downtown plans. The legendary restaurant's new owners reveal their Emma Avenue location strategy after scrapping an expensive I-49 construction project that fell victim to rising costs. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, doctors gave a Georgia teen just a few years to live, but the outdoors gave him a second chance and a powerful new mission helping others do the same. Then on the KOAM News at 6, sentencing day arrives for the suspect in a deadly 2023 bar shooting, plus more local reaction to the government shutdown. And in sports, a preview of the Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. A massive pumpkin weighing nearly 2,000 pounds claimed the title of Denmark's heaviest at the Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen. Peter Holst Olsen won the 2025 Danish Giant Pumpkin Championship for the second year in a row with his 1,991-pound pumpkin. The enormous gourd was so heavy it required a crane to lift it during the competition. It still just doesn't feel like pumpkin season yet, though.
No, not when it's like 85, 90 degrees. Now, it's going to feel a little bit cooler over the next couple days. A few morning showers tomorrow, 73, 78 on Wednesday. We do heat back up as we head into this weekend, so enjoy a little bit cooler the next couple days.
Oh, I for sure will. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for joining us. After the CBS Evening News, we'll be right back here at 6. Have a great evening.